How's it going, you guys?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live chat with Mel and Gary, SimpleLifeReclaimed.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? I'm going to go ahead and welcome everybody into the chat. I see Stewie is in here. What's going on, Stewie? He says,
what's going on?
Happy Wednesday to y'all. Just watching a little Barnwood Builders. Oh, I'm about to check them out. Right on. Maggie Creech. Hi, guys. Hi, Maggie. Good to see you.
How's it going?
Alan Dixon. Hello. Kathleen McGinley. Miss Auntie Ann, always in here. Moderator.
Hey.
Thank you so much for moderating for us tonight, honey. We appreciate you. Debbie Short. Petty Jean River Homestead. Hello. Good to see you guys in here. Heather Hopper. Brian Wilkerson. Crazy John. Tree Haven. What's going on?
What's going on, buddy?
Aeronix 1979. Ridge Life. Go Ridge Life.
Hey.
What's going on, sir? Tambra Cooper. Hello. And then Anona Milton. Hello. Good to see you in here. Rick Greenlaw. Rose. Charlene Grady. Gypsy Trails. Hello to all of our members. I see your green names in here. And some of y'all have moved up to the jackhammer, I see.
The jackhammer.
Oh, the memories. We were walking down memory lane a whole lot this week. If you guys missed our video that we posted Monday, make sure to go and check it out. Or actually, no, I posted it Tuesday. My days are all getting confused.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, it was like yesterday.
One of them days.
Yeah. But anyway, go check it out. We were walking through a memory lane, so to speak, because when we first got here, boy, did we have a whole lot of shoveling to do.
Yeah.
And we also had a whole lot of concrete to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did both of those things again this week. So yeah, if you guys missed it, make sure to go check it out.
You know, I keep on sitting there saying to myself, I'm like, that's the last little bit of concrete. But then I keep on like sitting there finding little things, or it's like, man, I need to do that. I need to do this. I need to do that. And it's like, man, there's still more concrete.
Yeah, we're not done with concrete. Not for a while. But it's wishful thinking, and I like your optimism. I'm
trying to, I think the last bit of concrete that we really need to do for the house-wise is when we do the stairs for that back deck, or the front deck, I mean.
For the house, yeah.
For the house.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
We're going to have some more concrete to do down at the Animal Tiers. We might have something in the works with Country Road Cure for over at Camp Life.
Yeah.
Coming very, very soon. And I think we're going to want to concrete that.
Yeah. Well,
that's exciting news, guys. We're going to share all this with you guys here in just a little bit. But I want to say thank you so much to Gypsy Trails, already coming in strong, dropping a $10 super chat. He says, let's get this party started.
Thank you,
when?
Thank you.
Right now. Thank you for the super chat, man. We appreciate you. And then Rick Greenlaw is throwing up those super cool member emojis. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. Good afternoon, Coffee. Glad I got to see you live today and on time. Have a great night, says Kent Neely. Thank you for being here, Kent.
Thank you, Kent.
We appreciate you. Ridge Life says, thumbs up when you come in. That's right, guys. Don't be a bum. Hit the thumb. It's free. It helps to continue to grow our channel, and it helps us out. Shiloh Akers coming in strong with the super chat. Thank you so much, Shiloh. He says,
thank you, man.
Howdy, y'all. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's very, very good. We're doing very well. I hope you're doing well, too. Lonely Hitchhiker Kent, what's going on? I see all those cool emojis. Sir Paul Honeyman, Uncle Paul, hello from England, over the pond. Hope you're doing well tonight.
Yes.
My voice is kind of going in and out right now. I ain't gonna lie, the pollen and the weather has turned. We've had a lot of really good wind, and we got rain on the schedule for tonight, and it's gonna be rainy for like the next 5 days.
So it says.
That being said, though, it's like dropped a lot of the pollen down, and I can feel it like right in here, and I'm taking the Zyrtec stuff. I'm taking it, but it's still kind of like, it's there.
I don't know if it was that got me super tired, but yeah, I took some of that this morning too.
Did you?
Yeah, but I took a nap.
Maggie Creech says, Mel and Gary, I have some holes that need digging. Are you up for it?
Man.
I mean, do we gotta? When?
I swear, man, digging holes is never that fun, I mean, it is, but it isn't. Like, when I was a kid, it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, I really want to get good at digging a hole.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, no, I don't want to be good at digging holes. I don't want to be the person that's good at digging holes.
But somebody's got to do it. It's not going to dig itself, right? And the concrete is curing now, so that's a good thing.
It's curing really well.
It is. It's curing very, very well.
No, our concrete that we made, it looks even to the same one that we did. So, I mean, we're regular concrete, right?
Yeah, like the Quick Creek stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
It's a lot more labor intensive the way that we did it with mixing the sand and the rock. Mostly because our rock pile is way over there and then our sand pile is way over there and we have to shovel it all and then bring it back to our work site and then shovel it some more. So that like adds more. It's a lot of shoveling, guys. It's a lot of shoveling.
But it makes it nice for the fact of throwing it in the back of the truck. Not gonna lie.
And it saved us a boatload of money by doing it that way. So thank you again to Mike with MT Homestead for hooking Gary and David up with that super freaking awesome deal, because we got 2 pallets that are, and I know we're going to bust into it. We're going to have to just pay for it with our backs, you know, sweat equity.
I was even thinking like that's some good stuff to where, you know, we can do a nice fresh layer of rock on the drive and everything like that and just start spreading that out
just so that way we could just pull it from anywhere.
well no, I'm just saying like spread it out and then it would like harden the driveway a bit more and make it a little less loose rock and less likely to wash out. But if it breaks up a little bit, it's just more rock. I mean, I don't know.
Man, I'm sorry, guys. There was Bridge Life was asking how many bricks. Where'd that comment go? It just went somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh, and how many bricks did you stack? Talking about the basement when we were reminiscing. I don't even know how many there were in this basement, but there were so many. And Gary's kind of on the fence about if we want to do block again, which we're probably going to for Gary's garage. Maybe not. Although he did buy like all the zip board in the world, so I mean, we do have enough to do the zip board. I mean,
I didn't buy that many.
He got a pallet.
All right, it's only 80 in a pallet. All right.
There's only 80 boards in only
80
boards in a pallet.
All right.
Yeah.
But what I want to say is when we ordered and did all like the roof and the zip board around the house and everything else like that, I want to say that was like 3 orders of like 40, and one of those 40 wasn't a 40, it was a 50. Like that's what I want to say. So close to like 130 sheets of plywood.
I don't know, but I know that we're going to have to use quite a bit
for the roofing.
So that way when we connect
that
the
back deck is 53.
And then also the front mudroom, we're going to need quite a bit for it, right? And then whatever's kind of left over, we do have plans to use some of it over at the kids' playhouse with the bottom part and kind of closing that part in. We'll show you guys. You know, we go bing bong so many times, and it's hard to keep you guys like in line with what we're doing and when. So we try not to tell you guys all of our plans. Because then you guys can get confused, but we have a plan to use some of it over there.
I've got it all pretty much accounted for.
Yeah.
On what that was. And I might have to get more later on certain things. But
yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Paul says, Tim, he's decided to use it blocking in under the new roof upstairs. All that brick.
Man.
And then Shiloh says, just think of all those muscles you'll have toned up after winter, right? It's definitely, like, my body is still aching, guys. And we did that on Monday. We did all that stuff on Monday. So I posted the video on Tuesday. I was trying to get my days kind of in order.
We did all that on Monday. Did you put in what I did on Tuesday on there?
I did.
Finished it yet.
I did.
So that last little bit
That's
of
why
what I did yesterday.
Yeah.
While she was editing that video to finish that video.
Yeah, because I wanted to like have it done for the video. Because usually we'll do like a day's worth of work and then I'll edit it out and then I'll put it out in a video. But that particular video had, I think, like 3 days worth of work, because the one day was when we got our order delivered. And then the next day was when we were shoveling everything and getting started doing all the form boards, all the rebar cutting, like all that stuff. And then the third day was Gary doing it by himself with the Quickcrete. And but yeah, we did all that. It was actually Roxanne's birthday when we did that. So that was Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Monday because it was Roxanne's birthday. After working all day doing all that shoveling and stuff like that, Anthony and Rox, because they were gone all day having themselves like a nice date and stuff. And we're over there finishing up what we could do for the day. And Anthony comes over and he's like, hey, in my pole barn, I got like 11 bags of that Quickcrete if you guys want to, finish off this with that. Because we were like, man, we're going to have to do this again tomorrow. And we totally would have. But Anthony came in and saved the day because, again, we got like a forecast of a bunch of rain. And Gary and I really wanted to have those like curing and... Pretty
much cured before the rain hits.
Yeah, and kind of like off of our back, of like things to do. Because during this rain, Gary and I still have all that lumber that's upstairs in the cabin that we need to prepare and get ready for continuing the deck build. So I think as far as like the build for the house, the next parts that we're going to be working on, the front, we're going to leave it be how it is. And we're going to go back to the back deck area. And after we get
finalize that roofing area and get the roof completely situated over there. Mm-hmm. Once the roof is situated over there, we can go over to that side, build up from there, get that all situated. And then I can finally have my final dimensions of everything. And I can, get my drawing together and start sending it out to roofing companies, being like, all right.
Yeah, give me your quote.
Give me your quote. Let me see.
How much? Quanto pronto, please. Por favor.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes. Now, Gary and I do plan to do all the roofing. We want to do it. We enjoy, believe it or not, guys, like we enjoy the building process, and it's not how fast you go. It's that the fact that we get pride in doing it ourselves. It's an experience. We're learning a lot of stuff, and you do save money when you do it yourself.
No.
But it is something that Gary and I are going to do. I'm going to strap in. I'm going to get up there with him. I've been getting a lot more comfortable with being up high through baby steps, right? Like by working on the decking, and when I went over and we were helping out with Mama V and stuff, and like kind of getting myself up there and just working towards it little by little. And I think that I'm thinking that I'm going to be a lot better on the roof this year than I was last year when we were putting all the zip boards and stuff up. Only because I've had a lot more experience with heights in the last, year. I've been up on doing things with the playhouse and, now the decking and then Mama V's and then over here. Like I've been kind of easing myself into it. Am I going to be like super comfortable with it? No, but I'm going to do it because it's something that I want to do that. So,
and the roofing is going to be pretty tedious. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if any of you guys have watched R&R building at all, but man, that dude does some crazy great work with building and everything else like that, and the way that he does his roofing with the standing seam and everything that's the guy I'm looking at in a sense online wise. Like, all right, if I follow his methods, that should be all right.
And I want to say real quick hello to Gary Ball. I do see your comment. He says, I hit the thumbs up, but I never hear you mention my name. I've been following you guys ever since we moved to Arkansas. Sorry, Gary. It's not intentional. Sometimes the chat goes by fast, and sometimes it like gets stuck. And then me and Gary will like be talking to each other, and the chat will be doing its thing. And but I see you, and thank you for being here with us. Everybody else is dealing with allergies right now too. It's hitting pretty hard, man. It's hitting everybody, and I'm just trying not to get sick. I'm gonna knock on wood because I got too much to do. The end of the month, I haven't gotten my confirmation email of the delivery, but I know that when I ordered those 100 Cornish hens, that it said that it was going to be the week of like the 29th to the 4th. Well, that's next week.
Yep.
It could come the 29th, but I haven't gotten the confirmation email that they've been shipped yet. So I'm still kind of like, well,
what's going on with it?
When, so that puts Gary and I in a position where we definitely have to get that other area down at the bottom tier ready for the 100 chickens.
Yep.
Now, luckily for us, those chickens don't need metal on it. It doesn't need a big walkabout yard.
I'm going to put the roof on it ASAP.
Yes.
Just because it's...
Well, the rain and stuff,
the rain,
you know?
and everything else, you know?
Yeah.
But...
Now, in the grand scheme of things, Gary and I will I know how we are. We're going to get over there, and then we're just going to be like, well, let's just do this. Oh, well, then let's just do that. Oh, well, let's just do this. We're going to end
up doing a lot more
We'll end up doing a lot.
Than what we're saying. But at the same time, it'll be all right, and it'll be good.
The buffer, though, is the fact that those chickens don't need a whole lot. They just need to be safe from predators down there and, be able to stay warm and stuff, and we can beef up their area as they're living there. It won't hurt them at all.
Correct.
And then the goats and stuff we're not getting until after we have the Cornish chickens and they're already in the freezer, so we have time for that too. But that is another thing that's like pressing that we need to we will have to go skeet skirt. We're going to work on the back decking area and get all the prep and get the rafters and stuff, but in between that, because that is time sensitive, they're going to arrive here and we're going to have some place to put them. So we are going to have to put some effort into that bottom area and kind of finish that out a bit too. So
good thing is if worst comes to worst, we do have a roll of chicken wire down there.
We do have a roll.
We can just roll it up real quick and be like, all right,
if
put them in there real quick.
Worse, but yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want that.
No,
I don't want that.
Yeah,
we're already so far ahead of it.
Because then it's just something that we're going to have to undo in order to do. You know what I mean? So it's like.
One of those.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of those things, but it'll be good, man. It'll be really good. And then, we're going to be very busy in 10 weeks from now with freezer camp, at least for a week. I don't think that we're going to be able to butcher 100 chickens in a day. That's like really...
No.
That's like really...
That's pushing it right there. I mean, we could.
Some people are that talented. I'm just not sure that I am.
If we had said like 10 people... and each one of them was like on a task in the sense of
the problem is the butchering station taking as long as it does. I've seen people online, man, where they're just like jaw done, and I'm like, dang, how do you guys get it done so fast? It takes me probably like at least 6 to 10 minutes per bird because I'm just not that good. I'm good, but I take my time with it, I'm still careful, and I don't want to just go, chop suey on it and go ham. I want to try to like preserve as much of it as possible. But I've seen some videos where some people, man, and folks that have been doing it for a lot longer than us, they could do it blindfolded upside down, underwater, and backwards and still come out faster than me.
No.
But it's all good. Even if it takes us a few days, we do, 20 birds or something a day. At the end of the week, we'll be good. So, and that's a lot of work too. But, let's see. Our mountain home says, count us in for processing day. Well, heck yeah. We'll definitely use the helping hands if you want to come and help us out. Brian Wilkerson, Mel, did y'all get the medal yet? Great question. And I'll let Gary take it from there.
Yeah. Today actually was the day that Melanie had her hair appointment and everything.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, all right, well, I need to go to town and our great old S&W hardware store down there.
Love those guys.
I love those guys, man. But I talked to him and I was like, hey, I'm going to come by and drop off a payment for the materials that we just got and everything else like that. And part of that materials was the metal and everything else. So I might as well, grab all the materials there while I pay for everything. And I had to borrow his trailer to load it up, to bring it here, to unload it, bring it back to drop off the trailer and pick you up, and it was a back and forth kind of day. But
it was a back and forth kind of day, and then afterwards we had to do the old Wally World run, and then basically get home and put everything else away, and then I had to start getting on dinner. Gary took himself a nice little nap, a little one.
Yeah, like I said, I think it might have been the allergy pill, but for the most part, the Zyrtec
it's non-drowsy. Supposedly.
All right.
I know. Allergy
There's
medicine
a reason
always
why
does
I
it.
don't like taking Benadryl. Like, even the non-drowsy one, it's like, man, every time I take that thing, it's like, I'm out to the world.
Right, I know. But we did get it, and I believe if it's not pouring, and even if it is pouring, maybe we'll just grab the umbrella. I don't know how the audio will be. We'll do our best, but maybe we'll take you guys for a sneak peek tomorrow morning on Real Talk with SLR and show you guys some of the other materials that we got. Because we did no recording today, because honestly, again, we're so burnt from the other couple of days.
It was
just crazy.
I was wanting to do some stuff today, but then we also had like your dishwasher was acting up.
Yeah, it was on the fritz.
Still don't know what the heck was going on, but I got it fixed. Even though I didn't really do a whole lot to it, but it's fixed.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going on with it, but well, hey.
Sorry.
Gosh,
it wouldn't be
tiny.
alive without, a tiny mishap.
I need to stop talking with my hands.
I do it too all the time.
Everybody talks with their hands. Not everybody.
A lot of people do.
A lot of people do.
A lot of people do.
Yes.
Jim says, after 100 chickens, Mel will be a processing ninja. I hope so. I hope to have my ninja skills sharpened a little bit. That'd be pretty awesome. I just want to get to the point where, like, because I've seen people process a bird in a minute. No. Like, literally a bird in a minute. And I know I'm not that good yet. No. I'm not.
A lot of it is the tools.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to go and check out, like, a butcher store.
Yeah.
Like an actual butcher store. see what little things they got.
Paul Honeyman says, Gary, Garage Bro, when?
After the house is done, probably. In all retrospect, what I am doing right now in the house is what I was going to use the garage for, in a sense, during this time frame, right? Like, I'm going to go stain all the rafters and everything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just using the house for that.
Yeah, that's why we were thinking about getting the garage done first.
If it gets to a point where the house is starting to get done on the inside, I'm going to want to have the garage done so that way I don't screw up the inside of the house. As of right now, it don't matter. I mean, I don't need to put down no plastic down right now, I can just go stain crazy. It don't matter if it spills anywhere.
Yeah. It's not going to hurt anything.
It ain't going to hurt nothing.
It's not going to hurt anything. Now, we're not going to try to make a big mess in there.
No, but I'm just saying, like, in all retrospects, right?
Yeah. Possum Run Homestead's in here. What's going on, girl? And David Glunt says, Mel was showing off her muscles carrying all that wood. Hey, I got, some muscles. I got some muscles, but they feel it after a day like that, man. I definitely feel it.
Yeah.
I have to remind, not that I don't have to remind Gary, but sometimes when we're working or whatever and I'm start getting beat up and tired, I'm like, Gary, I'm still a woman. I'm still a woman, all right? Take it easy on me, honey. And Gary's like, let's go. And I'm like, I'm still a woman. All right. I could do lots of things. I could do all these things, but just, you were laughing because it's true. It's true.
I do. That tends to be when I go rassum and I scoot you out of the way and I just pick up the board.
He turns into Yosemite Sam,
Just fuck off.
And I'm like, I'm trying the best I can. I think I do darn good. And
You do a great job, babe. I'm so happy and grateful and thankful that I've got such an awesome wife like you that is right there next to me, trying her hardest to keep up and going.
I try.
Not many men can get that, all right? I'm just saying, all right?
I consider myself very lucky, too.
Not many men can have that either, so I'm just saying it's a great thing. I'm very, very happy about.
Well, thank you, baby.
I
count my blessings.
Don't shoot yourself short, all right? I don't shoot yourself short.
I think, let me just tell you guys, all right? Because you guys are here and y'all love us and everything. I think it's underestimated sometimes the recovery time that a lot of this physical labor actually takes place. And so, like, on the other side of the screen where y'all are watching it and you guys see something happen in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, right? There might have been weeks of planning. There might have been many trips to the store and back, not to mention the entire physical labor that you actually see us expend during it. And then there's the afterwards where I got to sit in front of the computer now and compile all of that and make digging holes seem interesting enough to sit there and watch for an hour or 40 minutes or whatever it is. I was sitting there editing that video and I was like, Gary, you think people are really going to want to watch us dig for like 40 minutes? Because that's what it is this time. He's all, send it. I'm all right. We're sending it. And I do my best with it, right? But the recovery time too, like physically after you do that, I I know my limitations because I've pushed my limitations while living out here when we were doing all of this block work, when we were doing all this stuff. And I've pushed myself to the point where, you know, my health starts going bad. And then I start having health issues and stuff. And I've had a couple of, you know, life-changing health issues that have popped up. And now I'm a lot more aware and I'm a lot more conscious of that. So I'm not willing to push myself to that point where I'm teetering on the edge of, oh man, this can go really bad. Once I start getting to that point where I'm like, oh, I can feel it coming, I can see it kind of coming, I'm like, nope, that's it, that's done. I don't care what the internet says. They can call us lazy, they could say we're distracted, they could say all these terrible, horrible things. At the end of the day, I know the direction that we're on. You know the direction that we're on, and we're just going to keep on getting it. And I'm, you know, we won't be shamed for needing a day after working like that, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. The internet can be crazy sometimes, guys. The internet can be crazy sometimes. Let me see. Brandon Norris says, boy, all the hardware stores there must love all the building the YouTubers are doing there, keeping them in business. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Oh, yeah.
But we love them just as much. No. And we do try to funnel that to our local stores, again, because it helps the local community. And if we're helping out the local community by purchasing the stuff through them, then they're going to make their purchases there. And it's just a community thing, right? So it's good. Let me see. How do the guys at S&W feel about being famous from your supply runs? We love them all, Kathleen says.
I'm pretty sure they love it.
I'm
pretty positive.
I think they love it. I don't know if Doug will ever watch this, but I can tell Doug is a bit camera shy because he, you know, I can tell Doug is a little bit camera shy. So I never put him on too much. I never you know, because we're in there all the time too, and I don't want to not get a good deal by making him feel uncomfortable or something and make him not like us. No. You know, being like, oh, you know, my personal space or something. I don't know. It's a weird thing going around and recording in public. You don't believe me? Go try it and tell me how you feel about it. So, other folks there, though, I know that they don't mind. Like, I know that Billy Joe doesn't care. He's cool with it. Not Todd doesn't really care either. He's cool with it.
Don's pretty funny.
Yeah. We call him Not Todd. There's a whole story behind it. I don't think I've ever actually told YouTube about Todd.
I'm pretty positive you told YouTube about it.
Maybe I have. Did I ever tell you guys about Todd?
The rafter.
I think, well, I know a lot of people know about Todd. Like, they hear us talking smack about Todd, but they're like, who is this? What is this Todd?
Some people might be if they're new, you know, right? You know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Exactly.
I don't know. Show of hands, have we ever told you guys about Todd? But anyway, the guy that's down there is not Todd, all right? It's not Todd. His name is Don, but I always joke with him every time I see him. I'm all, what's up, not Todd? He's all, oh, this whole thing again. I'm like, yep. Just to have fun.
Funny.
You know. Shiloh says, member for 2 months, Basement Buddies. He says, Mel, it seems like once we give birth, our men think we're invincible and do the Iron Man competition. Just kidding, Gary. Hey, you know, after we go through that, I think we earned it a little.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it's like, hey, you did what now? All right, like, you can do that, but you can't do this? What are you talking about? Well, what are you talking about? All right, I mean, you already did the impossible, all right? There is, like...
I created life.
In the guy's head, it's always like, how did that come out of there? I don't understand. You just did that, all right? Pull the watermelon out of there. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Sharon says, hey, look at it this way. It's all worth it. And because no mortgage, that's awesome. Taking your time and doing it right. You guys rock. Thank you, Sharon, for the encouragement. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Very, very much so, guys. And then Sherry says, I loved when you were unloading the zip board. You were kicking butt and the guys were having trouble keeping up at times. I will say I had the easy job because I was just kind of the slider.
At first
I was like
up there and I was like, babe, you want to switch me spots? Because this isn't like
this isn't as intense.
I'm not doing anything really. It feels like I'm getting stare crazy.
Yeah.
Let me do something.
I was like, oh, you want me to throw them at you? No problem. Here you go.
She threw a couple of them, that's for sure.
Are you sure? This is what you asked for.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Mike Burke says, I was crazy once, Mel. Aren't we all? Judy says, I live in a small town where the internet keeps cutting out this time of day. Twice on this live, I've been dropped rolling until about 8 o'clock. So we'll be here if you have to refresh or go out and come back or whatever. We'll be here. And then you can watch the replay, but I know it's not as fun as during the live.
I feel you, Judy. We understand the struggle.
Yes, the struggle is real. And Dennis Green, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, love y'all. Keep up the good and inspiring work. We appreciate you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Very, very much. It's not always easy. And I think, the reason why we show some of the stuff that might not be so exciting, like lumber deliveries and us unloading trucks and, digging holes or whatever, is because these are all very important steps. And these are all the things that it takes in order to build your homestead from scratch off of raw acreage. And I think that when when you're watching HGTV and you're watching television produced videos and stuff, they cut all of that out. And it's like, oh, look, magically it appears. And so it's almost like, they're selling you a lie. They are 100% selling you a lie. It is baloney. It is BS. And then you go to do it yourself and you're like, man, why is it so hard for me? Why am I struggling with all these things? And then you end up feeling like a big turd or something, when that's not the case at all. I want us to be so I've always from day one, first off, we're not a building channel. I love you guys, but let's just get that clear. We're not a building channel. We are just building because that's what we're doing in our life. Right now, right? We're just a family vlog, and we're taking on this crazy adventure and we're doing this thing, and I'd say we're doing a great job at it. I'm very happy with it, but I want, if other people are dreaming of this and are going to try to, walk in the footsteps, so to speak, not that we're the original walkers, because we're not. Come on, Tiny. I don't want them to feel discouraged, or I don't want them to feel like, or to forget that those are things that you got to consider when managing your time and resources and stuff, you do have to consider the length of time that it's going to take you to realistically accomplish certain things. And there's other, like I said, there's like HGTV, and then there's also a lot of other YouTubers that will cut those things out, or you'll see a year's worth of stuff in one video and you'll think like, oh, well, they did that in like a week. No, they didn't do it in a week. They did it in a year. There used to be, so I'm not going to call anybody out specifically, but there used to be this one channel that I would get stuck on watching. And it was like, they were over in like India or like the Pacific Islands or something. And it would be like two dudes and they'd be barefoot and shirtless and they'd have like bamboo sticks. Oh. You guys might have seen it. It might have popped up in your algorithm. And this was back when we were in Arizona. And they'd be out there with some sticks, barefooted, no shirt on. And they'd just be getting it in the dirt and just like digging these crazy underground homes with like the waterfalls and all this stuff. I was so sad when I found out that it wasn't real. Because I seriously thought that it was real for like a minute, and then I found out that it wasn't. That's how.
Like, there's no way.
Well, I mean, like, it's filmed and it's like done. Well, no, and it's not a day.
Or like, even like a week. It's like
no, but they weren't even digging it
and
themselves.
It's not by themselves.
They were using machines.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But all of the footage that they were putting out was like that they were using like sticks and like doing it by hand. They were not, bro. They were not. It was magic. Okay, so just think about that sometimes and try not to play comparisons because everyone's journey is their own, and we're gonna be authentic to ours, and we're happy that you guys are with us, but we have zero intentions to change and be like anybody else because we can't. That would be like a failure mission to go on for us to try to be like somebody else because we can't. We can only be like us. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox here. I see another super chat from Shiloh Akers. Thank you so much, Shiloh. Says, hee, I love the humor, Gary. At least you get it. I'm always joking with Rob about that kind of stuff. Hey, we love it. We got a pretty good sense of humor. There's, who's gonna go to the meetup? You guys will be able to see some of this sense of humor. But yeah, I appreciate your sense of humor too. And that's why we keep folks like Sir Paul Honeyman around as well. He's got a pretty crazy sense of humor, and I dig it. He might be off the wall a little bit most of the time. Love you, Paul. But we love that stuff, guys. DIY Different says, we showed unloading our materials too from our bus. See, exactly. And I think that that's important steps that need to be shown. Like sometimes when Gary and I are going on supply runs and going and buying it, it's not everybody's cup of tea, you know, to go on like day in the life type of vlog type stuff. But we wanted to save those memories. And also, I think that other people would benefit from going and hanging out. So why not? Mm-hmm. So, and it's part of the process. Travis says, Gary, can I ask, do you ever get mad or are angry? In every video, you are always in a great mood. Remember how we were just talking about the power of like editing?
Yes. There's been plenty of times. Plenty of times. That's called life right there.
Care to share with the class any specifics of recent? I can't think of anything specifically to pop off on you or throw you under the bus about, but
a lot of times it's planning wise or trying to get things going, right?
Oh,
that's when things start to go awry. Because it's like, dude, we already made a plan. I've got the game plan. Don't try to mess with my game plan.
I'll tell you guys.
And then she's like, but Gary, keep it simple. Not saying the stupid word, you know. She's nicer with it.
I am nice with it. Here's the thing. Sometimes in the mornings, right, I'll be like, Gary, so what are we doing today? And then Gary will start rattling off like all the minute details that I'm not interested in. We're going to cut this board to 2 ends on center, and then we're going to cut the other part off to da-da-da. I don't need all of that. I just want him to tell me we're cutting these boards and we're moving it over here, because my question, and I should probably learn to frame my questions better, because what the answer that I'm looking for is something that will tell me where I need to place the cameras off, so that way I can be a helping hand to Gary. So ultimately, my question isn't so much of what we're doing, but like, where should I set up at? Oh, yeah. Come on, Tiny. Come on. And then that's more so my question. So I guess it's a communication issue that I'm probably failing on my part. But you can't help but to give me, you know, the 16th of an inch of whatever.
You asked the question. I'm answering the question.
But sometimes I'll ask you, where should I set up my cameras? And the answer is, I don't know. Where do you want them? And I'm like, well,
I say, I don't know. We're working right here, so wherever you want.
And that actually helps more. And I'm like, are we going to stay here? Are we going to stay in this spot for how long? Because as I'm working with Gary, I have to be paying attention to how much space is on my memory cards. What's the status of my batteries for these cameras? How much life does our microphones have? What camera is doing what? Like, I have to keep all of that in my brain. What did we record? What needs to be recorded? So that way it can make a complete video while I'm trying to keep in line what we're actually doing. So my brain is squirreling here, squirreling there, squirreling everywhere. Gary's brain is squirreling here, squirreling there, squirreling everywhere, because he's trying to do something that he's never done before and also teach me how to do it. And some of the stuff you've done, but like not this. Not this magnitude of it. So like he's trying to do it and figure it all out while he's trying to teach me how to do it, and I'll figure it out while I'm running. Yeah, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. But, you know, it's a lot of fun. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I will say this. Out of all the footings that we did, and drawing out and everything else like that, the front were the easiest. By far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang it.
Did it again.
I'm doing this whole thing.
I don't know how to turn that off. Otherwise, I would have turned it off already like a month ago. I got to figure out how to turn it off. I'm sorry, guys.
It looks like it's turned off.
It looks like it is.
And then
like
when it gets on, it's like, oh, boop, and it clicks on the other thing, and it's like, what the heck?
Anyways. Position 1. That's right, Rick. Position 1. MJ Casado says, Gary, I had to laugh when you said, damn it. Oh, and then Sherry says, didn't anybody see Gary and the ladybugs? Yeah, Gary gets angry sometimes.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Linda McLean says, I enjoy seeing the whole process of your projects. Well, thank you, Linda. We appreciate you being with us. Diana says, I wish I could go to the meeting. Not financially feasible this year. Hopefully next year, if y'all do it next year also. Totally understand that, guys.
Yep.
I don't want anyone putting themselves out. There will more than likely be people doing some live streams and stuff during the event. That's on my to-do list, is sometime probably this week or weekend, I'm going to put out like a promotional something, maybe a short, kind of with all of the information. I know that right now, Mike at DD5, he put out a video where they're touring the campground sites and like the location of the meetup, so you guys can see what's going on. And I believe he's going over like the raffle stuff and the different activities that we're going to have planned for the day. And I know that it's been sponsored by several different companies, so there is going to be like raffles with cool prizes and stuff to go on. And then any of the proceeds, like nobody's making money off of it. Like we're not making money, DD5. Nobody's making money.
No.
100% of it is going to go back into the community for any of like proceeds that are raised during the weekend. Oh. Other than that, though, like it's a just come and hang out and have a good time and talk to some really good folks, jump feet first into the community. You might be able to pick somebody's brain, learn a few things. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a great time. So You guys are all invited. I think one of our moderators, if you guys can, I can't remember exactly the name of the video, but it's on Drifting Dreamers 5. If you guys could sleuth around for me really quick and link that video into this chat box, that would be most beneficial. And everybody that's watching this video on the replay, check the top of the comment section. I'll have it pinned to the top of the comment section.
Yes.
That's what that pinned comment is all about. Come on, Tiny. Give it a rest.
You're
starting to irritate me now, Tiny.
She's starting to swing her hands around.
Mickey says, I have a campsite I could share with one vehicle and one tent. Well, isn't that generous, Mickey? That's very generous. And then Paul Honeyman says, remember people, Family Night continues with Big Mike and Terry at MT Homestead next.
Oh,
absolutely, yes. Mike and Terry will be on at 8 o'clock right after us. So we'll be inviting everyone to go over there and do a love raid. Get to know them if you guys don't know them yet. Crazy John says, Gary, are you going to be in the dunk tank?
I'll definitely sit down for a few little bit. I think everybody should sit down. I
think that Mike has it scheduled to where we all have to spend some time in the dunk tank. And I believe that we're going to be getting pies in the face, too. So, like, if anybody has a vengeance, you're like, Mel, shut your pie hole. Here you go. Have a pie. Go ahead. Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Just don't hit my conker too hard, all right? Just don't hit it too hard. But I'll take a pie in the face. It's for charity. Why not,
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's funny. So,
no.
Shut your pie hole. Take a pie. It's going to be a fun time, guys. And there's going to be a fishing competition. I know David's going to be doing like the fishing competition. We're going to have some fun stuff for the kiddos, too. It should be a very good time.
Yeah.
A very good family-oriented, laid-back type of vibe. There's not going to be any kind of... we really hope that everyone goes with the intention of making and meeting friends and family, right? So everyone that goes there, we want everyone to be loving and kind to each other. Leave any kind of negativity at your house before you come. Yep. And we want to just have a very good time with everyone. And that goes for everyone.
Yep.
Everyone.
Everybody.
Ain't no beef getting stirred around. Everything's all good. Starlene says, I caught your live tonight. Well, hello, Starlene. Welcome. Hey. Tiny would be so bad with the song and movements of deep and wide. No comment. Travis says, Gary, my dream in my life is to own land. I'm having to deal with life right now. Where are you at?
Yeah. Where are you at with it?
Yeah, where are you at with it? The first thing is making a plan, right? It starts with a dream, guys. No. It starts with a dream.
And I would say this to anybody right now. Unfortunately, right now is not the best time to buy land. if you are looking to buy land right now, unless you can find like owner finance, but
maybe wait until the election's over. Yeah, hopefully,
interest rates are not the best. I'm just saying,
and it never is. Every 4 years,
is,
every 4 years, they always stink.
If you can get other ducks in the row right now. When that interest rate goes down, then yes, everybody will be happier.
Everyone included Todd, says Ridge Life.
Mm-hmm.
Is 3 Mississippi still around? I don't hear anything about them. They are still around, and they're still very good friends of ours. Actually,
they go live before us, right?
Yeah, they go live right before us every Wednesday, so you guys should pencil them in on your Wednesday night plans if you guys have the time. They're very cool people. We definitely support and love them. We just don't see them as much because, they're in Mississippi. It's just like the old Ridge Life. We love Ridge Life, talk to him all the time, hang out with him all the time, right? As much as we see him, though. And we don't see him all that much because he's in Tennessee. Excuse me, guys. But still very good friends of ours, very much part of the community. Nothing but love, support. Paul Honeyman, thank you, sir. I knew you would sleuth for me. He's posting the DD5 video for Blue Mountain Lake, guys. That has all of the information about the meetup. And it's coming up quick. We're talking like 3 weeks away. Actually, 3 weeks or so away. So it's coming up really quick. If you guys are in this vicinity, and even if you're not, even if you're far away, you're more than welcome to come on out. But especially if you're in the vicinity. No. I mean, I know firsthand there's not like a whole bunch of stuff to do all the time, especially that's free and family oriented. Yeah. So we definitely invite you guys. Cost you 10 guests. Just come out for the day. Hang out. Say hi.
Hang out. Have a good time. Good laughs.
Yep. Travis says, Gary, you are right. Now is not a good time. I'm looking to get my ducks in order.
Yeah. No.
So, there was a book that we had, and it was life-changing for us when we first started going on our journey with all of this. Yep. It's Dave Ramsey, Total Money Makeover, and I don't know if you guys know who that is or not, but if not, essentially, he's like a financial planner guy. He's been doing his thing for a couple of decades now. He's very smart with what he does, and like the way that he tells you to look at finances, and in order to get he gives you the tools that you need to get your ducks in a row. And the very first thing, if you can get debt free or as close to it as possible before you try to do something like that, that would be my first. That would be like check numero uno, and it can look very daunting, especially with everybody's different financial situations.
I'm a huge testament to it in the sense that I was stubborn like no tomorrow and was saying there's no effing way that all this is going to work out. All right, I'm trying to be as nice as possible about it, but like as bluntly honest about it as
Gary was
I can.
Definitely pooping on the parade
because I was like, there's no way. You're blowing smoke up my butt. This whole book is just blowing smoke. All right, there's no way. And well, we did it, and that's how we got out of it, and I couldn't believe it once we started seeing, like, first credit card got paid off. Yeah. And then that money rolled over to the next one, and then that paid off that one. And I was sitting there, I was like, wait, what?
How did we do that?
How did that happen? And then things started rolling and roll ball, like,
it's
going
the snowball method. Yep. And so that's essentially how we did it, though, guys, with getting out here, and we've maintained that. Now, there was some things that there was one thing that I financed, which was Tiny, our car, but it wasn't a big amount. And that actually, I have a happy something. I actually was able to not have that on our back either. Yes. So I was able to completely pay for that one as well. So, and we did that while we were out here, again, just doing like as much extra principal payments on top of it as much as I possibly could. But I did finance that, and I was scared too. I was like, I don't want to finance anything. We're out of debt. I don't want to. We should just keep saving and keep saving. And Gary was like, you need a car, Mel. You need a car. I was like, okay.
We sold her van in Arizona. Yeah. That was paid clear, so...
And I'm happy
time to buy another one.
I'm happy that we did it.
I'm super happy.
But Gary and I can honestly be like, if we can do it with our financial situation and having 3 young children and just all of that, if we can do it, because we're not rich, guys. I don't know why. This is another assumption. I'm gonna rant a little bit. All right, I'm gonna do like my brother and do an ant rant, but Mel's way. I don't know why people think that we like have just boatloads of money lying around that like we can just go. Why don't you guys buy a tractor? Well, why don't you have one of those already? If it was my house, I would already have a roof on it and I would have been done 2 years ago. Oh, I don't know why, like, and the thing is, a lot of these things that we're doing, they cost a lot.
It would put us so much into debt.
And so we have to work and then we have to save and then we can spend and then we work and we save and that's how we're able to do it.
We'd rather not go into debt and do it.
Yeah.
Pay as we go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So sometimes that's it too, we put ourselves on a leash on what we allow for ourselves to spend for the month because we are just like everyone else. Yeah. And if that's all that we can get for that month, then that's all we can get for that month.
Yeah.
But
so, I mean,
it's all good, guys. It's all good.
It is what it is, and it's
0 complaints.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty crazy. I'm still to this day just like blown away with that aspect. I was actually just talking to somebody about that today, about the Dave Ramsey, and explaining it all, and being like, man. So yeah, I totally was not. I was not thinking that was gonna happen or go the way that it did. And
yeah,
it did.
And it did, and it did, and it was really. I will say this: rice and beans. It seemed like everything that could get thrown at us was getting thrown at us. Like at that
dishwasher
time. When we lived in Arizona, my entire kitchen failed,
broke,
except for the
microwave
refrigerator.
broke.
No! What is this? I didn't even move.
Everything started breaking. So yeah, that was a nightmare.
It was. But you know what? At the same time, I am so happy that we worked through it. We persevered. We sacrificed so that way we could do what we're doing now. And even right now, we're still sacrificing so that way future us will thank us. Yes. We'll be happy. We'll be very, very happy that we've made these decisions. At least that's what I think.
Yes.
And at least from the past, that's what it's showing now. So. How is the pond fishing going? Says Casey Gal 81. That's a question for you.
Oh, sorry.
How's the pond fishing going, Gary?
I was reading somebody else. I'm sorry. I'm like 5 different. It's going pretty good. The pond over here, I haven't really caught a whole lot over in our pond.
Well, we catch a lot of bluegill over there.
We catch a lot of bluegill.
And then it's like a bluegill bass cross. Like largemouth bass, bluegill cross. That's what it looks like.
It's like the rock bass itself.
Yeah.
But we've only caught in that, from what I understand, we've only caught like 3 rock bass out of there. So I know that there is rock bass in there. It's just trying to catch them, The bluegills aren't. I mean, they're pretty easy to catch in there per se, but they just haven't been biting lately. I have a feeling that here real soon, when it starts to warm up, it's going to be a lot more biting.
You know what we should do? And this is a trick that Larry told me. Remember about the dog food?
Mm-hmm.
So Larry, the guy that he was brothers with the original owner of this property.
No.
And so when we were coming over here and we were taking the tour and stuff, when we were looking to buy it and we saw the pond, he had told us, hey, with your pond, sometimes you might just want to come over here with like a handful of some dog food and just throw a few pieces out there and start training your fish. And that was something that I remembered to do. But again, the pond barely got cleared out like over this fall.
No.
You're going to have to go over there and mow it though pretty soon.
I know. It's spring. Spring is
springing. Yeah, spring is springing. Well, maybe that's something that we'll start doing. When we go on our morning walks and stuff, we'll go over there and we'll start throwing some dog food in there and see if they take the bait.
Yeah.
Start training them to go after it. Paul Honeyman says, Gary gets the crew when Anthony finishes a project and goes back after Gary gets a project done, right, Mel? Huh?
I'm confused.
I'm confused on that, Paul. Gary gets the crew when Anthony finishes a project and goes back after Gary gets a project done.
I'm confused.
I'm confused, Paul. I read it like 3 times.
I'm confused.
Arlene says it will be all worth it in the end. Lonely Hitchhiker says Todd's in the house. What's up, Todd?
What's going on? Not
that Todd, guys. This is a cool Todd. We like this Todd. Todd Noss, right? I'm sorry, Todd. I'm trying to go up here and read some of these. Cuddly Texan, was that a booger in Mel's nose? Sheesh, Tiny. I know, that was so unflattering. It's all whoosh. I don't know if I have any bats in the cave, but I wouldn't deny it right now with all the allergies going on.
Right.
Probably just looking at my nose ring, but I wouldn't deny it. I wouldn't doubt it. It probably went up in there. Lupe says, Dave Ramsey, huh? I had doubts, but okay, I'll see about his program again. And you know what?
Trust me, I had a lot of doubts, but it worked really, really well. I was surprised. Very, very surprised.
Yeah. And I would say too, Lupe, sometimes there's people that will like try to sell you a program on that. You don't need that. There's enough information on YouTube about how to work the plan. It's called like the baby steps. There's enough information on the internet to where you don't have to pay and go into debt to learn how to get out of debt. That just doesn't make any sense. So if somebody's trying to sell you something on that, then run.
Mm-hmm.
I will advise though, if you did have any funds left over and you want, I think the book is like $20.
The book it covers everything.
If you bought the book though, it covers literally everything, and it has like little papers and stuff in the back to where you can write out all your budgeting and everything. So if you were to do anything, then just buy the book. If not, then there, like I said, there's plenty of information online to where you can learn how to do it and implement it in your life. It's really not a hard thing. The hard thing is the staying on it, not being deterred because life happens, and staying focused on the long-term goal. And I think that's what encouraged me so much about going and taking the risk about doing this, is that Gary and I already proved it to ourselves once that we can hang in there for the long goal. And that's why I wasn't really so afraid when we came out here to do this and to risk it all, Yep. I'm like, I know that Gary and I together are really good with a long-term goal.
This is our third big long-term goal.
This is our third big long-term goal in our marriage.
Yep.
And it's gonna be, I hope that nobody else is, I'll just say this. My big goal for this year for our house build is to have the metal on the build up on top of the roof and to have the exterior siding on. Now, there's a lot of other things that have to happen in order for those big majors to happen, but those are our big year goals for our cabin build. So anybody that's thinking we're going to be moved in there by Christmas, that sounds great. I promise you that's probably not going to happen because of all of those little things that people don't think about that needs to get done. Yeah.
But I'm hoping.
We can hope, and look, we are going to work our freaking behinds off. I'm going to work my
booty off to where I can hopefully have
and we're gonna
Christmas
try.
up there.
We're going to try. We are going to try. But that's not our goal, though. That would be like an extra above and beyond. That'd be like 50 bonus points or whatever, right? But our goal for ourselves is metal on the building and siding on the exterior of the house. Because those are very big financial dumps. First off, that's a very big lump sum for each one of those things. And then on top of just the financial aspect of it, it's also a lot of physical work. And there's only so much a person can do.
The big expenses out of any building is siding and the roofing.
Yeah. Very, very. And, you only make so much in a year. I'm just saying. But no, everything's good, guys. Everything's good. There's zero complaints. We are literally living our dream. And I am so blessed and thankful that you guys decided to jump on board with us and you guys help make it possible. So I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely, I really do.
No.
It wouldn't be the same without you guys. It wouldn't be nearly as much fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Seriously. Todd. Oh, everyone's saying hi. Hi, Todd. The Lorax says, I can't wait to see how you are tying the deck roof into the existing roof. That's coming.
It's coming.
Not all that lumber. So tomorrow, it's 8 o'clock. We gotta run. We got to run. Okay, we're gonna start working on all that stuff like tomorrow, as far as like staining and getting all the prep work and everything done. So the deck work for the rafters and everything, you guys are gonna be seeing in some videos coming really soon. But we do, again, still have to deal with those 100 chickens. And yeah, so I don't want...
Yep.
It's all happening. It's all happening as fast as we can get it. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to remind you really quick that we do have the second channel, Real Talk with SLR, where we walk around, we talk with you guys, and we show you some behind-the-scenes stuff. So if you guys want to go over there, we'll more than likely show you guys some of the metal and talk to you guys in depth a little bit more about some of these plans tomorrow morning. So we hope that you guys can meet us there. If not, here on Simple Life, we will keep getting after it, keep recording, and I'll edit something out for you guys. Should hopefully post Friday or Saturday. So
Yep.
I'm going to have everybody run on over now to MT Homestead, give them a love raid, show Mike and Terry some love from us to them,
yes.
also from you to them, and we're going to get out of here.
Yes,
I'm a long goodbye. I love you guys. Thank you for being here with us.
Take it easy.
So, you guys know the drill. Until the next one, friends, we love y'all, and we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.